Hello and welcome to another weekly live stream. Tonight we'll be working on animating the dog model that I started creating last week, and then spent the rest of the week tweaking and getting it to look more like an actual dog. Before we get started, let me thank the patrons. You guys are the real heroes here, helping me keep afloat and so on. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Plus it's just nice to know people care, at the end of the day. Alrighty, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. If you are online, go ahead and say hi. Oh, if you are new to the channel, up in the upper left is where the link is that you can download the last version of the engine from around middle January. There's going to be another version probably into this month, and that's the password. So you can get the latest version of the engine and check it out. And so let's go ahead and get started. I've got a bunch of stuff going on right now because I jumped in, but yeah, so I tweaked the model a lot and got it to look more dog-like. There's still some tweaking in the face, but I like the texture. I still have to paint the bottom of the feet, and I'll probably go back and tweak this a bit later, but it's looking pretty good. What I was doing right before I started the live stream is I noticed in, let's see, where here. Yeah, that's the picture I wanted to bring up. So I've got okay, cool, thanks Ron. So I've got the dog in the game. Here's a picture of it, but you can see there's like a seam along the back, and that's a kind of classic issue with texturing where it's bleeding outside the edge of the little islands that make up the texture. So if you can see, like she's let me hide some things. So she's all textured here, but like there's a seam along the back here which is coincides with this, and it just goes to black, and so some of that black bleeds through. And so what I was trying to do right before I started the live stream was fix that, and so I basically added a blur. I might need to blur it a little more, so we're gonna add a little bit more, which is like the sort of cheating way of fixing that problem. Hopefully it's enough. If not, I can blur more and so on. But I basically created a blurred version of the layer, and then so that it doesn't wreck too many things. So that's what it looked like before, and then I copied that and blurred it underneath. So anyway, so I've got that. Let's save that. Yep, save it over what we got. Yes. Then I'm going to export that as a PNG. Ping. It's the machine that goes ping. Alright, save it. Kaylee Fur. Yes. Yes. I do want to replace it, in fact. I also tried to bring up some walk cycles. I have my own video of my dog that's kind of from a weird angle, so I was trying to pull up somebody else's walk cycle just to remember. It's funny because the back and front legs almost work independently, and labs have this weird thing where they keep their butt really high when they walk. So so we'll mess with that. Let me real quickly reload this texture and see. Reload. Yep. Okay, so it's got the blur in the background. That's all good. We'll save it, and I'll show you the pipeline, right? So go over here. We've got the dog selected, boink. So we say export GLTF. That's all set up. We just say export it. Because this is as I add animations, this is what we'll do. We'll end up exporting the GLTF. It takes a bit because I've already added the empty animations, and that adds a bunch of keyframes and things. And then so once we've got that, I can close this. So once we've got that, we come in here to the rigger tool, and turns out, again, I discover these things as I'm working on them, but quadrupeds turn out to have an interesting physics problem that was predictable but unexpected kind of thing. So I don't like it, but I had to add a collider in the middle here, because if I don't, And I may be able to remove it again later, but if I don't, then the forces being pushed on the dog do weird things, and so it's constantly trying to, like, pushing on the center of gravity of this dog, and when there was only like a pivot point here, was making it like high friction because it's constantly dragging that, trying to dig that into the ground by anyway, whatever. So she's in here. She's got animations. They don't do anything yet. We're gonna fix those. But once we're in here, she got all her colliders and things set up. We could just say compile binary, and then that puts it into the game. And then we can come over here. I've already set up the basic animations. So when not the basic animations, the basic AI agents. And so when I create the animations, we'll follow this process. Come in here, and we can watch her run around a little bit, which she's not actually running because we haven't made the animation yet, but I'm showing the pipeline, and maybe that's a waste of time, but makes me feel better to see it all work again. All right, come on. Come on, boom, boom, boom. If you push it, it goes faster. Haha. Okay, so we go in the game. Come on. This one's fast. We are getting all kinds of context. I've got to turn that off. Okay. It's loading everybody. We probably still have... Okay, the dog finally disappeared. Okay, so daylight's good. So if we go back here, I can... Oh yeah, I've got to check there's a bug, because if I place a dog, it also places a person. And she's messed up for a second until all the rendering catches up. But she'll get closed here in a second. There she goes. So let's delete that. Yeah, there's something I've done wrong. It's accidentally creating both. I have a unclosed brace somewhere. So anyway, the dog's in there. If we give it a home, I copied the NPC AI to make it so if we reset the home, then it'll start walking around. Unfortunately, because it's an NPC AI, then petting it doesn't do anything. But yeah, so it'll wander around, but obviously no animations. We can see the physics objects, and how they're working. I think Control F12 will show me the probe. Okay, the probe's in a good place too. The probe is how the dog steers around obstacles. Eventually, I want to make it so that the faster the agents move, the more the probe might get bigger and move out, something like that. Anyway, let's get busy with animations. So we will set that up. But anyway, it all works, so we'll be able to see it in the game. Alrighty, so I close that. Bring Blender back up. I've got this so I can see that. I might move this up just slightly so I can see concurrent viewers, if that's even accurate. Alright, so we've got Kaylee, the model. Oh, I didn't even check to see if I'd fixed the seam problem. That's okay. It's not a problem for another day. So animation. Come in here. We could work on our idle animation, which can be kind of fun. But let's go ahead and do the walk. I have never done a quadruped walk cycle, so this will be an interesting experience for all of us. Okay, so if we, not edit mode, we want pose mode. Okay, so going back and forth, pose to edit. Okay, so that's the doggy. Let's watch the walk cycle a little bit. If we run this back just slightly, pretty girl, that's Lily. I don't know who that is, but so see, they almost move independent. Left, left, right, right, left, left, right, right. But I think what I'm going to do is concentrate on the front first and then the back, because the front is almost like a person's walk and the back is kind of funny. So in a different time I might have exported this, and so I could load it into Blender. Because the problem is my animation is from the top, and I will import this one into Blender because I did export it. But we can kind of see the legs. Maybe I can use this as a start. Okay, so what I want to do is, let's go back over to layout for a second. And I prefer to work from this side, so I'm going to reverse the video when I load it. I'm going to flip it. Add image reference. And there should be, yeah, I see lots of Kaylee. Is it just images that it's showing me? Okay, so I'm going to load a reference image for a second, and then it'll let me switch it. This will also let me flip it around. So, so we're going to scale it x0. Ooh, no, y0. Yep. Scale it y0. No, that's not what I meant. Sorry. Let's start over. Oops. Let's start over. Add image reference. Doesn't really matter what we pick. So I'm going to change it. Yes, so then scale y -1. That's what I wanted. Okay. Now we go. We don't want that as the source. We want to display. How do I do video again? Because this is just going to, okay, can I say movie? Okay. Aha. That's the name. Let's, okay. This is showing more things, so this is good. Kaylee walk cycle MP4 accept. Okay. Now obviously it's way too big, but if we come back here and we play, we get a nice kind of walk cycle. And I actually want to limit the frames to the most side view. So let's, what does this do? Aha, it's 480 frames. So if we go through here and we find out what we want our starting pose to be, probably, do we have better side views? Yeah, she keeps sniffing. Let's do 480, and then, so I'm just trying to scrub through. Boy, Blender really doesn't like indexing that far into the video. Alright, so actually it seems like these over here were better. Let's find a good... Okay, so that's not good. What I want is something like right there. She's got one leg back, one leg forward. Okay, just about to put this foot down. This foot is firmly down. Okay, so scale G. Okay. Alright, back to animation. So this is going to be a little weird. A lot of times when I learned to do two-leg animation, I looked at a bunch of references and I couldn't really find any good image references. Maybe if I look for images. Yeah, I guess there are some. That's not how. That's a run. Anyway, I kind of feel like if I just treat it like two different walk cycles, that maybe it'll be all right. Yes, these are good run. These will be good for running because I have no idea how to animate running. All right. Let's not mess around anymore. If you are new to the channel, say hi. If you have not subscribed, you go ahead and subscribe. That'd be great. Okay, so we want pose mode. And probably backend's high. Can we just move this down a little bit? Yeah, that gives us a little room to yeah, so the other thing is I have to go back and do weight painting and stuff. I literally rigged this right before the live stream. But see, right now there's like a bunch of funky weight painting, but we can still animate. It'll still work for that. So what we want is that leg forward, almost barely touching. So we want, you know what, it might actually be better. Oops. Yeah, so if I go back over to here, I wonder if for now it would be better if this was rotated flat so that I can see it. Animation. Yeah, so now I can see it. And we want here, pose mode. We want to be editing the walk cycle. Oh, crap. That's the other thing I needed to do. So I found where I wanted to start, frame 73 in here, but now I need to set that to be the start at frame 73. And then we probably want to, so now it should be, oh wait, maybe that's not what I want. Maybe I want it to start at 0, but offset 73. Yeah, I think. Yeah. So when we go back to the beginning, we're right there where we want to start. And then let me hide the dog for a second. Hide Keely. So we want it to be, you can't see I'm putting my finger on the screen, but we want it to be with that paw just barely touching, hasn't fully planted yet when it comes back. Like right there. So that would be 28. Well, let me do this. And so we get like a, okay, well. All right, that's good enough. Let's get to animating. Okay. So gotta bring Kaylee back. Grab the thing, go to pose mode. We're doing the walk cycle. We're gonna fully come back, and it's hard to select these from the side, but what we want to do is, I think, bring this forward just like a barely touching. That means this one is back here. Okay. then the back leg, this one's actually probably fine because we want to be fully planted, but I might slide it forward just a bit. And then this one, I don't want anybody to be under the impression that we are going to finish this animation tonight. I am going to get something rough draft, and then I will tweak it over many, many days. Oh, look at, he's already looking like a decent pose, but again, I want to take this, probably move this down a little bit, give her some slack in the bones. Okay. So that's that pose. I want to find the pose where this foot is as far back as it goes. Oh, yeah, so that's the other thing. I forgot to, and I always do this, I forgot to set all of these. Yeah, okay. I always forget to do that, and I hate to turn on the auto keying because I always forget to turn it off, and then I add lots of weird stuff to my animations. And I wish that this was like a big, when you had it on, I wish it was a big red flashing thing reminding me that it's down there, because I always forget, or maybe that there's a big recording up here. So I think she's looking like a pretty girl. We'll animate the head and stuff in a second because that's not right. You know, when they walk, they straighten their necks out. A lot of people don't know this, but well, maybe maybe everybody knows it. I don't know. I didn't know it until I had a lab, but they have actually got webbed feet. Okay, so let's get it so it's fully back. That's as far back as it goes. And so we will select that one and move that back to, it's actually quite a bit back. Yep, they're they were bred to help fishermen and stuff, so they were, I guess, trained to swim and haul ropes between boats and things. So our dog has always hated the water, which is unfortunate. We actually have a swimming pool, and we could never get our dog to go into the swimming pool. When she was a puppy, we'd kind of drag her into the shallow end, and she was always super uncomfortable. Okay, so we bring this one forward. I want it as forward as far as, oops. Yeah, I want as forward as far, so I could have just copied the, okay, so we are about right. So that, there's a way to copy the reverse pose. And I should have done that. I think it's like Control Shift V or something. Because we don't have this right at all. So let me select all of the bones. We'll do this. We'll copy this frame. And we'll go here. And I think we'll Control Shift V. What is it? Yep. Okay, so there. Yeah, so we've got like a, but I think that's not dramatic enough, right? I think that we need that other leg. This leg back here, I think, needs to be back farther. So let's move it back farther. I want this to be sideways too. More like this. Hey, look at that. If we do that, and I think I keep forgetting to reset this in the frame, so let's G, Y, oops, G, Z, G, Z, Ooh, that's not good. GZ. Oh, I could have done that. Okay, so if we move like this, it'll put it back up. And I can lower the whole thing. So I had a little husky. He deliberately took a header off. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is better. Yeah. And then we need to insert that as a keyframe. Okay. And then I want to pull this back because we want a little bit more drama in those front legs. Yeah, from here it's clear it needs to be kind of under her center of gravity. There's a physics to these things, right? So if we Control C and we come here, Control Shift V. Okay, so now we've got, so just got that leg forward. It needs to be bent more, but we'll worry about that later. And I think that's going to be fine. And then she comes back. Actually, we did this really well because she comes back at the 28 mark. So already, if we come in here and cut and paste this frame to the 28 mark, 14, 28. Right, now we've got a really stupid looking walk cycle, right? But it is a walk cycle. And so you can kind of check the extents of what's going on, and we'll set this length to 28, and so it'll just repeat over and over again. Obviously this is too slow because the video is for some reason running really slow. But like you can see that this is not right. Did I bother? You know what? I think I moved it and didn't insert a keyframe. Yeah, because that foot's not coming back far enough. Okay. Again, I do that all the time. So let's, we want this to come back farther. Yeah, that'll give us some more drama. And I think I'm going to do similar. Thing is, these feet actually need their own walk cycle, so I probably should be clearing them out, but I think you'll see what I mean in a minute. So not too worried about those. But so did I insert the keyframe here? Insert location, rotation, scale, and then do this. Whoops, brick. Okay, Control C, Control Shift V, then Control C. Okay, and now, somebody, okay, Control, so we got everybody selected, Control C, go here, Control Shift V, oh no. Oh no. Okay. Let's see what this is doing, because something got screwed up somewhere. Yeah, so right at the end it like shoots forward, which tends to mean that there's a extra keyframe in here somewhere. Doesn't appear to be. But I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete this. Delete this frame. Delete this frame. Yeah, so then we come back here, select this frame, Control C. frame 14. Control Shift V. Alright. And come to frame 28 and Control V. Alright, so now everybody should be... Alright, okay. So let's look at just at the front legs. We need to give them a middle, the middle thing, so she's not just sliding her feet along. They need some middle pose. The reason I haven't done weight painting yet is because I find it way easier to do the weight painting while I have an animation, because I can see all the different poses and I can pause it, and then paint a little, and pause and paint. Okay, so what we want to do now is come in here and we want to find frame 7. Let me make sure I'm thinking right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's the thing, is we're really kind of not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm gonna have to adjust these later, but we'll put it at frame 7 and come over here. And she's got that one fully planted. Which means, right, that's fully, yeah, that one's the one that's passing. So we need to adjust the other one. And for this one, we want to move it up and rotate it a bit. Wow. Dog motion is so weird. Let's look at that video. Oh, yeah, I hate it when... So, I think I can single step frames here too. See, this is way clearer. Just got that extended up, these extended out. Let's move this over here. And I may adjust my other animations, or my other frames. So I think, yeah, she's barely touching here. So this is a problem that the foot is not bent. Yeah, this my geometry may be a bit screwed up, in fact, because she's got like this heel that needs to come up. Yeah. What do these do? Okay, so that's the toes and stuff. So I think position-wise I'm good, but that the intermediate geometry is not really what I want. What does this do? Aha! Thank goodness. In fact, this is a similar boat. It's not in the right place either. It should be more like this. Yeah. Okay, so let's insert some keyframes here. Alright, and so then they... Okay. Let's see where her passing pose is. Oh, they reset the... Ah, son of a bitch. Excuse my language. We're not actually on that frame, unfortunately. Where's the really pretty frame that they're using here? Where's the thumbnail frame? Maybe it's back here somewhere. Okay, so let's, how do you do single step? Is it like, yeah, okay. It's the greater than and less than signs, like comma and period. Where's that beautiful side view we saw? She looks a lot like my dog. Okay, let's try here. Okay, just planting. That's a good view. So let's get this right. And again, she is actually way lower than we've got this. Okay, and lower here too. G. Z. We just want to move down. Probably rotate a little too. So yeah, let's rotate a little and then bring it back up. Rotate a little. Flat back, right? And again, like the weight painting's all messed up, so don't pay too much attention to that. But it does make this look weird. We have to use our imagination because that's the way the legs should be. So let's, yeah, and I'm actually a little disappointed about this. So let's rotate. Oh, interesting. Or can I rotate everything? That's what I should have done. How do I reset? Is it R? No. Control R? No. Shift R? Alt R? No. Let's right click. Clear user transforms. Nope, that didn't do it. Alright, I guess I'll have to manually put it back. No? Okay, maybe it was all. I don't know. Alright, what I want to do, I just don't like this bin, and I don't think that was originally there until I started animating it. But anyway, let's rotate this down a little bit. That'll give us the stuff we need, and then we'll just bring this down a little. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that's looking good. We will rotate this a little bit more. Yeah. You can see the bones stretching out in there. That's good. She got all her weight on this foot. When I dropped the CG for the front half, I messed with this, but I didn't, like when I raise it back up, it doesn't fix it. There's still that sort of bend. Maybe it's when I rotated it. No. No, there's I don't know what I did. But I'll go back and fix it later. It's I don't want to get wrapped too much around that. Okay, so that's the thing, and you use somebody else's rig. This is Rigify, and there's all kinds of tutorials that I probably need to go through for quadrupeds. This live stream is so riveting for me that I haven't hardly had a sip of my Pepsi the whole time. Okay, so we've got that pose, and we will insert location, rotation, scale. I'm going to delete these frames, and redo them. So we'll say Control C, come over here to 14, Shift Control V, and then come over here to 28 and Control V. Okay, so now we've got our crappy walk cycle again. And you can see there's definitely some chestal weight painting to do. Alright, so let's find the passing pose of their doggy, Lily. Lily and Kaylee, that's funny. Okay, so that's got a lot of subtle animation there that we'll want to. Oh yeah, the tuck under of the foot. Okay, so we've got the passing pose, and that is when this foot is straight down. So 8 is a good place. And we will come over here. And what we want is we want to move this back here. I'm just moving it way back so that I can see it. And we want to rotate this. Oh yeah, probably should rotate this now. Oh, it's actually doing a decent job. It's going to be a bunch of curling of the toes that has to happen. We want to, whoops, maybe rotate this a bit more, and this a bit more. Ah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so we will take that, we will take that, we will insert location rotation scale, and we will see what that looks like. Whoop. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, so for an initial start pre-tweaking, that's pretty darn good. So let's take everybody here on frame 8. We don't have... Oh, okay. I don't like doing this. Okay, so take this. You guys, any of you who are better at this than me, you're laughing hysterically. I know it. I'm not worried about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so we want to... So this is a problem with my animation rate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Come up short. So probably this frame needs to be out a little bit, but see, I did something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did something wrong, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, no, that's actually okay. So we want this on frame 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21. Shift V. Alright. So let's see what our walk cycle looks like now. Okay, so it needs a lot of tweaking. And there's a pause at the end because this should actually, our walk cycle should actually be 27 frames. Oops. So we've got yep, okay. So that's good there. I mean, not good, but it's good enough, right? I can get that. I can do weight painting on that. And it's like way slowed down anyway. We know I need to tighten it up. Let's work on the back legs. So let's find this doggie's pose. Where So it looks like that dog is in the planting right as the passing phase happens. So I think that's good for us. When we're fully extended forward and back is in the same frame that this one's doing passing. So, whew. All right, so these are not right at all. So that is unfortunate because I will need to clear out all of this. I don't think I adjusted anything else. But I think I then need to delete all of these. Yeah. So if I've done this right, only the front legs should animate. Yep. And see, there's a movement of the shoulders and stuff that has to happen too. That's not. But let's get the legs right first. So we want to find this pose, and that is where we want this foot all the way back as far as it's going to go. And actually it's not too far off of where it starts. G. Yeah, right about there. And actually, while we're here, one of these guys needs to rotate a little bit, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we will insert a rotation location scale for that. And you can see the other thing from the front, this is going to look crazy because there's also a sort of side-to-side movement of the feet, which I'll come back and do later. And so this is as far forward as it needs to go, which is looking at this geometry here, it's ahead of the foot. This part of the leg goes straight down. This one's just touching down. So if we go here, is that what I want? Let's see, foot goes underneath, almost completely underneath the center of gravity. So no, we want it farther forward than that. We want it to be like here. Yeah, so that makes that straight. And then, do we want to adjust this at all? Yes, I think so. Okay, so that and that. Insert rotation location scale. Okay. And so then we will also select these. I will Control C here. Control Shift V here. Aha, check it out. Apparently these keyframes did not get deleted. There we go. So these back legs, yeah. I have to find the middle position here and copy that into the start and end frames. That's the weird thing about having a gate that you know, they're basically opposite of one another. Yeah, so like here, like if we come back to frame 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to take this out. Actually, we're going to need keyframes here anyway. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the way we did the other side. Yeah, that's directly opposite each other. So let's go ahead and insert the keyframe now. And that'll be what I end up copying into here and here. But let's find the passing pose here, and that's when these are fully extended. Oh, it passes late. Oh no, it's just we're at a weird angle. That's the passing pose. So just planting, passing pose. Okay. Okay, so we'll do that. That means when we're here, we're actually, yeah, it's the other foot that we're interested in. Wait. No, because we're backwards. This is the back foot. This is the, yeah, so it is this foot that's doing the passing now. The near foot. Alright, so that one, let's see, the foot goes almost straight up and down. And then this is also almost straight up and down. And then this is, okay, I'm actually screwing up every time I do this. I need to be rotating from the direct side, or I'm screwing it up. Hopefully that's not too bad in other places. Okay, so I think it doesn't actually pull all the way. This definitely needs to be straight up and down. Let's see, we'll do this. Okay, so that would have adjusted itself. So let's move this. Yeah, okay. So it barely picks up. Alright. Insert rotation, location, scale. Let's check it out. Steps and steps. Okay, so then what we want to do is grab this, this, and this. Insert a keyframe, just make sure everything's where it's supposed to be. Control C, come back here, Control Shift V. Okay, nope. And so then while we're here, we'll take this, Control C, put this one frame past the end, Control V. Alright, so let's check out our dog here if I play the animation. Okay, it's not great, but it's there. I mean, it's a good start. And that was an hour's worth of work. Well, 45 minutes because I spent 15 minutes. And I have lots to play with weight painting and stuff. Real quick, let's I do want to see this in the game before I stop, and I have no problem running a little long. But let's give the dog some weight, right? So when it's in the passing pose here, like if you watch the body, right? Passing pose here, the hips are up, crossing, whatever they call that, the planting pose, right? That's the hips are down. They are at their lowest right after it touches, which I think I prefer to do a little anticipation. So see, there's our passing pose, and it's already starting to come up again. Yeah, so looping gets tough. But at any rate, when it's up like this, it's up. When it's down here, it's down. So can I just move this down? I mean, it's doing weird things. Thing is, if I move the whole thing down, yeah, that's not what I want either. Can I rotate? Yeah, that's a little bit more like what I want. Rotate it a little bit, move it down a little bit, and then we'll insert that keyframe. And then for these, yeah, it comes back up, right? It goes back down, comes back up. I want to lower this part. I don't know if this will do it. Yeah, okay. So that's maybe an issue with my spine. But let's just screw it with it for now. Because that comes down to, maybe. I think I'm going to fix it on every pass because it's like weird here too. G, up C. So it's like one way to deal with it. I don't think it's the right way. You know what? In fact, I think it is the wrong way. I think maybe rotating this guy. Ooh, wrong way. Yeah, okay. So the spine, I think these are called spine tweaks. Actually, it's interesting. There's, yep, tweak spine. So this is precisely what it's meant for. In fact, so let's move it down to here. And some of this is a weight painting problem. So let's actually move it back up a little bit. Insert that again. We're going to come back up here. Huh, it's actually not bad. Because for here, the problem is this one needs to go up. Right. Or these all, anyway, but get tangled in the weeds here. Okay, so let's see. Something went wrong here because this comes down. Oh, I didn't copy this one too. Whoa, 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 whoa. I hate that. Okay. I had copied too many frames. Okay, so this, and it didn't get the spine tweak. Yeah, okay, I must have undid a little too far. Dear author of blenders, it would be really nice if you knew what you were undoing and redoing here. Okay, so that comes down, that goes up, that comes down, that comes up. Let's watch the animation. And I actually think these do need to be a little bit ahead of where they are. So if I take both of these and can I just slide them over a frame? Slide them over. Yeah, see, that's already better. Alright, now we need to do something similar to these guys, and that's to these front ones. That's going to be interesting as well. So let's watch what it does over here. Oh, you see he's way down. All the time. So that back end comes up. The front end doesn't move as much. Shoulders do come up. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's move the shoulders up a little bit. Do they rotate? Oh yeah, probably just rotate up a little. And insert the frame. Copy it to here. And let's see what that does. Alright, so we've already got a little more life in it. And I'll show you what I mean. If we come over here and we do look from the front, it's like ridiculous. You can see my dog has a lot of bend when she's walking. So there's a side-to-side animation that has to happen as the shifts from foot to foot. But this here isn't too bad. Yeah. So let's real quickly see what this looks like in the game. So I know from experience to come over here to layout and select the doggy, export GLTF, export GLTF. Shows that for you, you're still on. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is paint drying. Okay. Let's minimize this. Come over here. We should be able to just see the animation in the rigger tool. Good boink. Open rig. Dog lab. Alright, let's set the walk animation. Okay, so that's actually faster in the tool, so that's not too bad. It's just really slow in Blender. Yeah, so there's this pause that happens at the end, and there's a way to get rid of that. You see there's a lot of weight painting to do. But let's look at it in the context of walking. Like we can come over here to the movement, and yeah, so the collision shape is off, but as I bring her up to speed, we can see, oops, crap. Oh yeah, because it's set to, so you can see there's a little jerk, but it's walking. See, this is how I, so there's another thing that needs to happen in Blender, but this is how I tell what speed to set the scale to make sure the feet don't slide, but I have to get rid of that extra pause at the end, you know, set the loop mode and so on. The other thing is I think when I pushed down the animation it was 28 frames long and now it's 27 frames long, and that's probably causing an issue as well. But look, it's kind of like looking like a walk. It doesn't look right from the front, but it's getting there. It's getting there. There's still some tweaking to do with the face. But yeah, so what I was talking about is, let's go ahead and get X out of here. In Blender, what I like to do is an old like 3D Max trick, which is to take, put a chain of boxes or something underneath here and animate those at the speed you want the walk cycle to be, so that you can make sure that the feet line up with the moving ground. It's a little tricky to set up, but that way when you're doing your walk, you have these boxes that move along at walk speed, so you can, you know, keep that tweaked and so Alright, I think this might be where I end it. There's going to be kind of an endless amount of tweaking, and I'm probably going to yeah, spend a lot of time looking frame by frame at this particular... I mean, unless you guys want to see the dog walk in Mythruna, we can do that real quick. It's better than nothing. Oh, I do. Okay. So the other thing I want to show you is like something about the eyes. So don't let me get off without doing talking about the eyes. All right. So we come in here, compile binary. Okay. So that got that exported. Before I go in there, let me talk about the eyes. So when I was Rigify does a lot of cool things, and one of the things I really liked about the texturing I did was the eyes. Basically, I painted my dog's eyes in there, and so it looks like her, and the eyes are a bit alive to me, like they're sparkly. They're, you know, they've got kind of her personality. And when I did it, I oh yeah, that's funny. When I did it, I actually created geometry for where the eyes should be, and I made sure to paint them there. I didn't really think about it. I did that so that there would be the indentations and so on. And then when I got here and, you know, Rigify creates a, you can map the eye bones to the right location and the brow bones, and then it creates these little binoculars out here, which is basically where those eyes are looking. And I thought it was cool because even though it's like kind of dumb looking, if you move these around, like her eyes move around and follow it, and it like it's compelling. Okay, so let me zoom in over here so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so as I move this around, you can kind of see her eyes move around. I thought that's kind of, it's not perfect, but it's kind of cool. And so just a little bit of subtlety in how she can look towards these. So if I go and tweak the weights a little bit, I might be able to have her like look around as she's walking and stuff, which would be kind of like, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, so let's view it in the game real quick. So I hadn't expected to do anything with the eyes. All of my characters tend to have dead eyes, but the fact that worked, the mapping worked so well, I definitely think I'm going to have her like look around as she's walking. I think it'll add a lot of life. I was telling my wife I already do like a subtle thing with all of my characters, and I tend to give them. I actually don't know if I took it out for these, but I tend to give them chest breathing, like their chest expands and contracts just slightly with all their animations. Definitely the idle animation, to give them a little more life. And I think having them look around a little bit, the eyes, you know, moving around, will help as well. The human models actually have geometry around the eyes as well, but I think I deleted the face bones before rigging them. Alright. Alright, so let's make a doggy, and she should walk. And I gotta get rid of the extra. Yeah. The dog tried to... delete the object. Okay, walk. Oh, she needs a home. They won't walk around until they have a home. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, she's... I have to figure out why she rotates around the... I may have to move the root. I think when the walk speed is set correctly, because it's too fast right now, that it might be a little different. But like, I mean, the animation speed is wrong. It's too fast. You can see her feet are slipping all over the ground, and she would probably never turn that fast when walking slow. So anyway, there's a lot of tweaking to do. But anyway, it's working in the game. You can see that it needs a ton of work, and this is what I'll be spending, probably 12 hours on this weekend as time permits, and fix the weight painting. And so by Monday, she might actually look like a decent looking walking dog. Yeah, and just a general idle pose, she needs to be dropped down a little bit too, so that it's not such a harsh transition between standing and walking. But it's working. I've got the pipeline set up. I can basically disappear into my office all weekend, ignore the family, haha. Actually, I have errands to run, but and just work on it. And then I need to give her like some head idle animation and sniffing the ground. And anyway, it's gonna be fun. Putting the personality into the critters. There's always like a point where you're working and you're working and you're working, and then you play the animation and it's like, oh, it's alive now. And I love that. The Gayfin was a good example. I just kind of tweaked it and then I brought it into the game, and it's stand there shuffling its feet and it pecks at the ground. I'm like, oh, it feels like alive now. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it, especially when you guys chat and offer advice and stuff. That's awesome. So like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Click the little bell, etc. And the yes, I'm sure I really want to click the bell, and whatever the 3 steps YouTube makes you do to actually get notified about new videos that I make. I know I'm two Mythruna Monday videos behind, but that's because I've run out of ideas. And so I'm waiting until I have more features to show more things, because I prefer to record a bunch of them at the same time. All right, thanks for joining, and I will catch you all next week. See you next time.